In this video, I'm going to review adding integers. Okay, when you have two integers, either a positive or a negative, you might have two positives, you might have two negatives, you might have a negative, a positive, a negative. You're adding two numbers together. How do you do that? And there is a system that you can follow. For this first one, I have -2 plus 5. You have to ask yourself the question, do they have the same sign? So this one is negative, and this one is positive. Are they the same? No. So the first thing I do is ask, same sign? And by same sign, I just mean, is it positive or negative? The sign is either positive or negative. These are different, so same sign. It's either going to be yes, same, or you're going to answer no, different. Okay, now, those are your only two choices. We'll talk about the same in a second. Let's stick with this one here, -2 plus 5. They are same sign? Nope, they're different. So now I do this. First thing I do is I need to find the absolute value. Find absolute value. And remember, absolute value is just the value from 0 to the number, negative or positive. However many jumps it takes to get to 0. So on this one, if I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, oopsie, 4, 5. So on this number line, so this one, I'm going to find the absolute value of this. Here it is. So how many jumps does it take me to get to 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. So this absolute value is 5. Now on this number line, oopsie, undo that. I have 0, -1, -2, -3. Okay, this is -2, so I'm going to mark it right here. How many jumps does it take me to get to 0 on this one? 1, 2. So the absolute value is 2. Okay, so I find the absolute value, which I did. -2, the absolute value is 2. Positive 5, it's 5. Now, I'm going to circle the bigger absolute value. I'm going to do that just to kind of save it for later. So 2, 5, which is bigger? I know 5 is bigger, so I circle that. Okay, now subtract the absolute value. Subtract the absolute values. So I have a 5 and I have a 2. Doesn't matter which way it goes. I just take the bigger one, 5, and subtract 2. So 5 minus 2 gets me 3. So 5 minus 2 gets me 3. I've subtracted those absolute values. Now, here's the key. Use the sign, and that's either negative or positive. Use the sign of the bigger, or the one you circled, bigger absolute value. And the bigger absolute value is this 5. It's a positive. I keep that as positive. So -2 plus positive 5 gets me a positive 3. Okay? Let's do if they're the same sign. Like -3 plus, I should say negative, -3 plus a -4 equals, okay? First thing I do, always, ask myself, are they the same sign? This is a negative, and this is a negative. Negative, negative, that's the same. Yes, they are the same sign. So, now, what do I have to do if they're the same? Add the numbers to keep the sign. If they're the same, this is the easiest of all things because we know addition. If they're the same, negative 3 plus negative 4, they're both the same. I'm just going to add 3 and 4 together. 3 plus 4 is 7, and then I got to keep the sign, negative. Okay? It's always going to be negative, 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 or positive, positive, positive. Always the same when you're adding them. All right? All right, let's do one more where they're different, and then that'll be all. Okay. Minus 7 plus 5 equals. Okay, so first thing, I'm adding integers, so I ask, are they the same? This one is a negative. This one is a positive. Are they the same? No, they are different. Okay, find the absolute value. Absolute value of negative 7. Negative 7 to 0 is going to take me 7 jumps. Okay? Positive 5. Positive 5 to 0 is going to take me 5 jumps. Okay? Okay, so I did that. Now I'm going to circle the bigger absolute value. 7 I know is bigger than 5. Cool. Then I'm going to subtract the absolute values. I start with that circled one, 7. Take away the 5. It leaves me with 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. Now, fourth step, I'm going to use the sign of the bigger absolute value. So 7 is bigger, I circled it. So I come down here, and I use the negative sign. Negative. So negative 7 plus 5 is a negative 2. I just followed these steps right here, these 4 steps. If you follow those 4 steps, you'll get it right every time. All right? Same, should be very straightforward. Negative plus a negative, you add them and you get a negative number. If they're different, you got to work with some absolute value, subtract the numbers, get the one that's, find the bigger absolute value, use that sign. Okay? Follow these steps, and you should be able to add integers just fine.